everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of Hellspells. I'm your Dungeon Master, Maz, and I use they, them. I'm here to take this all-tiefling party on a trip around the plains. However, tieflings are not all created the same anymore. Some of the bells here will be using the sub-races from Modern Kainan's Tomahawks, which has also got loads of really nasty monsters that I like to use. They're awesome. Chloe is waiting for the signed book to arrive when she's going to sign it, and then next week you can find out how to win that limited edition copy signed by all of the cast and a lot of people at Wizards as well. So tune in then to find out how to enter. Let's meet everyone and see who they're playing, what pronouns they use, and what variant they're using, if so. Chloe, let's start with you.
Awesome. Hi, my name's Chloe, she, her, and I'm playing Lyra. She is an Oath of the Ancients paladin with your standard tiefling build, and she is here to help her party along and give them little snacks and candies along the way.
Cool. Hadil, hi.
Hello, I'm Hadil, she, her. I play Mika, who is a Triton tiefling, who is also a swashbuckler rogue, so she is the pointy one and has been dealing a lot of damage for a 10-year-old, so she will continue to just shadrack everybody, just like pew pew pew, and she's ready in the event of an emergency.
Thank you. Lisa.
I am Lisa Chance, she, her. I play Mercy, who is a dark shadow sorceress from Ravenloft, so she's all about the spooks.
Cool. Let's go with TK.
Hello, I'm TK, they, them. I am playing Gil, who is a Zariel tiefling paladin. He lost his immovable rod last week, but it was 100% worth it so that he could protect his harem.
Harem is quite the choice of word for Gil.
I object.
The Yeats Collective.
It's okay, your first wife, Mercy. Your first wife.
And Kayla, hi.
Hi, I'm Kayla, pronouns she, her. I play Pentar, Circle of Spores Druid with Zugdmoy Ancestry, which is a homebrew from the options that are in Mordenkainen's. And Circle of Spores will be in Ravnica, so that'll be a thing, which is exciting. Yeah, she's just gross and likes turning into a centipede, and which now hangs out on Miga, so.
Mood.
Just a note, due to scheduling issues, we're recording 2 episodes today, so we're pre-recording the finale. So we'll all know what's happened, but no one else will, unless we tell them, but we won't. Anyway, the multiverse is an infinite place. All manner of planes and demi-planes exist in the cosmology known as the Great Wheel. Atal is woven in the outer planes, a circle of 16 named planes which arc around a central hub known as the Outlands. In the centre of this hub is an impossibly tall spire, above which floats the donut-shaped city of Sigil. Our heroes are recovering in their kip in Sigil after the dramatic destruction of the Takarium headquarters, the Flower Infernal, during which Gil sacrificed his immovable rod for justice.
Yeah!
What are the party up to?
Am I still being carried aloft by Buzzard Pentar and like yelling and screaming?
I mean, I'm fine with that. Just
okay.
You know, that's fine. When I'm not a buzzard carrying you around, I'm a centipede, and I now live with you.
Sorry, I do remember that, and I have pleasant dreams about.
When we left off, hadn't you like picked me up from the mob of Modrinoids?
Oh, did I pick you up too?
I forgot. I think someone did.
I think I did.
So
Whatever.
please stay a buzzard.
I believe that, Pentar had Mercy by the tail. Because there was a discussion on whether or not that was offensive to Mercy, that everyone was grabbing her by the tail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, whatever. I got you both, and I'm like, caw, which is not a buzzard. It's not a vulture call, but whatever.
Caw!
Caw!
So you've made your way back to your kip in Sigil, and you're winding down after this dramatic event. And how has the party winding down this week and coming to terms with what's happened?
I think Mercy, if she could have, would have tried to salvage as much of that gentleman's brother who was partially transformed into Modron parts. I would have liked to have salvaged as much as I could, so when we get back to the kit, we can try and put them both to rest.
I thought you were going to say put them both together and in some sort of weird...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Pentar's gonna try to do.
Pentar,
Bring
no!
any bodies back. She's like,
I want to slap Pentar's hand. Not this
Gil
one.
hates it, but TK loves it.
yeah, Pentar's like you. When you look away, she just grabs something and starts dragging it towards the basement. Like she's in centipede form, and she just like, with her mandals, just grabs one and starts like slowly backing away.
I want to kind of like use my broom to like smack you.
Just smack the giant head like, no.
Yeah. Stop it.
Just
I'll
like
try to take the parts, like maybe to our backyard and bury them there, next to the cheese statue.
R.I.P. cheese statue.
Good times were had with that.
Gil's gonna find a way to get, let's say roughly 38 hit points back.
Well, you could all have a long rest and spend a
Oh my
couple days
gosh.
in the kip and...
You're a shining golden god.
bless up.
I just need to take a nap.
Question, is the pillow fort like still in the...
Oh, yeah.
We didn't take it down, did we? Don't know if Mika...
I don't remember it being taken down.
No. Lyra's gonna hang out there. She's gonna...
Miga's in the fort. She's doing important work right now.
Ooh.
Dusty pillow fort.
Yeah, it's probably all like gross and like, I don't know, how long were we gone for really? Like, if there's like, if it's like...
Oh, not long at all. No, it's
No?
not like...
That...
Perfect.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
How long was that knight who was dying laying on our couch with that weird maggot body, that moist boy?
My moist boy!
Oh no. Oh, I totally forgot about that. too.
Pentar, Moist Boy
I'll
has
never
messed
forget.
him up so much.
There
Oh,
are slime trails
bad
everywhere.
Bad Moist Boy.
That's the worst. There's like slug trails everywhere.
Yeah, just like little glistening trails of this weird stuff that sticks to your feet when you're walking it.
Mercy has assigned all the Pentar zombies, the shroom zombies, on slime trail cleanup duty, so they're all just standing around the house holding cloths but not actually doing anything.
I hope he hasn't been in our rooms. Has he been in our rooms?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you
Yes,
say
I
that
gave him free reign of the house. I opened every door when we left.
No,
Um,
my capes!
I rolled a 19, so he's been in every room.
No,
Yeah.
my capes!
Oh.
My capes are velvet. It's so...
They are not looking so good now.
Oh no.
You can press to digitate it. It's fine.
Do we know where like Moist Boy is? Like, is he just like there? Or, like, do we have to find him? Like,
Oh no, is my
Moist
boy there?
now? Like,
I'd like to imagine that Moist Boy is just on the ceiling in the corner.
No.
Like, when we
like
walk
10
in.
times larger than he
Yeah,
was.
he's
when we left.
larger. He's larger. He's probably been like eating whatever, and he's
I'm
just.
still scolding him.
Just a big old boy. You know?
Yeah,
He's a
there's...
big boy.
Like, Gil, you can't find one of your favourite capes. You're not sure
No.
what it is.
Oh, it's the
And-
green one. I already know.
There's a little bit of cloth hanging out of Moist Boy's mandibles and...
With the gold
Yeah.
filigree. No.
Miga emerges from the pillow fort, and I like to imagine that, like, on their way back, they have made their way to town at least a couple of times, and Miga has attempted to purchase, like, another sketchbook, but it's, like, from one of those, like, charity shop, thrift store type of deals, so it's,
I
like,
was
some
hoping
of
you'd
the...
say sketchy.
Goodbye.
is like one of those like repurposed craft stores, and it's like a not really a sketchbook, it's just a photo album that probably has like a couple pictures still in it, but she just continues to like glue paper, some of which is like Gil's letters into it, and on the front it has like one of those like live, laugh, love, memories, and like in the pocket in the front, she has placed this picture.
Yes!
Oh my god, so majestic.
I love
So
it.
Very majestic. You can tell it's Pentar because there is mushrooms here, and you can tell it's Miga because she's screaming.
Well,
Also,
and
she's calling blue. So
look at how well her education is going because she
See?
wrote the word ah.
I wrote words and my name. G's still
Where, let me
backwards.
see. Oh.
I'm just saying. My zombie professor is doing a pretty good job teaching me the
Yeah.
common alphabet.
This actually makes Mercy really happy, and she'll like clear some space on the zombie professor and then pin that right in the middle.
Aw, over his heart.
Yeah,
Aw.
over his heart where it would be.
adorable.
What's Lyra doing?
Well, I was in the pillow fort. I just like imagine like I accidentally like sat on a slug trail, so I'm just kind of like, oh, no. So I'll get out and like I'll look at like, I'll look at the zombie refrigerator, and I'll like look at the drawing. I'll be like, you can see kind of like not a tear, but like lips start to shake, and like she'll look down at Mika and like pat her head and be like, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far, and I'll give her a big hug.
Amiga will like point to the drawing and say, there are 5 different letters this time. Like very, she's
Oh
like
my God.
very confident about her 5 different letters as opposed to the 1 or 2 she knew before. She still can't read. Don't get me wrong. The girl cannot read. It's fine.
Oh, that's awesome. Lyra's very, very proud. Super duper proud. Like proud mom, like stance. Like she's got like that proud mom stance, both arms on the hip kind of thing, and like just not and like I'm so proud. Mercy, I'm so proud of oh my god. Like she'll just start to cry.
I did nothing, but I'll go ahead and take responsibility for this. So you're all welcome.
It was me. I did it.
Yeah. You're like, this is what happens when you have a strong male figure.
Strong
in the
male
home.
figure in the home.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
As
So
we
you're
all-
welcome.
As we all crowd around the refrigerator with Miga's art and admire and praise her, Mercy will just say, I know that we've been through a lot these past few months, and there's been this really messy business that we've had to take care of, but I feel proud that our group has stopped these Modron factories. Miga is learning to write. Certainly nothing can go wrong at this point. It's just happy days moving forward.
And Pentar, as she hears Gil take credit for everything, bites his ankle. Bites his ankle. A centipede, she just runs up and she's just like, chomp.
Oh, I thought you meant like as her tiefling form just like gets on the
Oh,
ground.
never mind. Yeah, just as
I am surprised by neither of these things. Honestly, it's probably happened enough time that like Gil doesn't even associate it with what he said. He's just like, "Oh, are you hungry?"
He like throws some kibble at Pentar.
Yeah, he's like, "Look at all." He like tries to like kind of like kick her off with his other foot like awkwardly, and it's just like, "Who forgot to feed this one?" Like he does this one.
Lyra
She's
will
not
reach
even a
into her
yay.
bag and like grab out some like oat cakes and like give them to Pentar.
Yeah,
Perfect.
she takes him and crawls away.
Yeah.
Ah, problem solved. Not my fault.
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Mika immediately like retreats back into the fort. She doesn't know what's happening, but somehow she feels like it's her fault. So she's gonna like go back in the fort.
This is outside the door. Pentar just like runs over and flings the door open. Okay. I need to see what my history is. Let's see that. I'm not proficient, so just be regular.
Oh, I just realised I'm muted as well. Great.
I got a 3, so
Oh, okay, so I need to restate what I just said because I realised that was muted. Standing in the doorway, but like in front of the doorway, but as far away as they can from the corpse flower, are two women. And one of them looks familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. And they're both sort of like clutching each other and looking sort of nervously at the corpse flower and then at you, and they look really confused. And one of them says, "I'm sure this is the place." And the other goes, "It is. That's one of them. That's one that rescued me."
Pentar hisses. Just doesn't know who these people are because she got a 3 on history and can't remember anything. And just looks at them and like kind of like clings to the side of the corpse flower and hisses at them defensively.
And oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, Mercy will walk over to the door because she hears Pentar hissing outside, and she feels like she needs to apologize to someone.
Mercy, you recognize one of these women for sure. She's cleaned up a lot. She doesn't look as bruised and beaten, and you sort of look her up and down, and she's wearing like very polished plate, and she wasn't wearing that when you saw her before. But also, as you sort of look down at her legs, you notice they're very elegantly, exquisitely carved wood. And you remember this is the lady you rescued from the first Modron Works.
Oh no, that her 2 brothers are dead. I don't say that yet. But I will kind of have that like same kind of like sort of smiling, but my eyes look worried sort of look. What was her name again? We probably got that, but
Gria.
I'll just say, "Oh, don't mind Pentar's hissing. It's so nice to see you again, Gria. You're looking well." I'll just pet Pentar.
She sort of steps forward and holds out her hand, and she says, "Thank you. I came here to thank you for what you did for me and rescuing me. I'm being rude. I'm very sorry." And she indicates to the lady in there. This is my partner Shreya. We have something to ask you, and we know it's a lot, especially after what you've been through recently. My brother managed to get a message to me, so what did you do with him?
I'm very sorry for your loss, and we tried to help your other brother, but it was too late for him. They are at rest. We've buried them in our backyard, which you're welcome to come through and to pay your respects and say goodbye if you'd like.
She nods and goes to follow you into the house.
Okay. So we'll walk through. Don't mind the workers, I say, gesturing towards the zombies as we walk through. Don't step in the slime trail.
They both sort of like doing those very, and it's like your mum comes round to visit and you did your best, but it's the house is the cleanest it's ever been, but it's your mum and it's still not the right level of clean for her. So they're doing that look of, it's nice what you've done with the place, but you can see that across their faces.
Mercy has a straight line where her mouth ought to be, and she looks disappointingly at everybody, at all the zombies in the house, who are supposed to be cleaning this whole 5 minutes.
Does Mercy look like that cat that's doing that?
Yeah, that cat. And I'll take them through to the yard, where there's probably like fresh dirt.
So Gria will sort of kneel down and touch her hand to the ground, and she seems to be sort of like muttering things to herself under her breath. And Shreya will turn to you and she says, I know it's a lot to ask, but we need your help. I used to work with Vimish, and we were trying to take down the Takarim from within. And she does some little air quotes, and she sort of says, worked with them from the inside, infiltrating them. I was part of the group that got away from the flower. I couldn't see how their schemes could be fully ended until I saw what you did there. But yes, a group has escaped and are they've gone to Avernus in the Nine Hells. I'm concerned that they're going to try and bargain with Zariel. Zariel would approve of such a fierce fighting force as they're trying to make.
Gil, would Mercy know that Gil is descended from Zariel, or is that more of like a background thing, mechanics thing?
It isn't something that Gil has talked about a lot because, like, it's a little shameful in his area of Kalimshan to be a tiefling, but I think that Mercy and Gil have talked enough, like, behind the scenes after he gave her the ring that she can probably put 2 and 2 together and know that, like, it is not something that he's proud of either.
Okay. Well, then she'll just say, Zariel, and her eyes just dart to Gil momentarily and then back.
Gil is like looking anywhere else. It's like,
that would be unfortunate if they were able to strike a bargain.
Yes, well, it's not the first time some of the Takarim have tried this. Many, many years ago, a group broke off and tried to bargain with Zugtamoy, but I don't know what happened to them.
Pentar hisses and hides behind Mercy.
Mercy will just kind of reach a hand out just to, like, I don't know, touch Pentar's head or something, just out of habit. And she'll just kind of call out to make sure everyone in the house can hear and just say, it sounds like then we need to put an end to this. You started it. If there isn't anyone else who can help you at this point, then I think we need to.
Yes, we must move fast. I came to you so soon because they've not got a real foothold on Avernus yet. I can take you straight there.
Okay.
We can just destroy what little remains before they manage to amass any more power.
Mercy will sigh, because it feels like it's never over. But then she'll be like, okay, give us a few minutes to get our things together.
Pentar does not want to deal with this problem and just shakes her head and wild shapes into a centipede and runs inside and curls around Miga.
Miga has Pentar on her shoulders and walks out of the fort with all of her stuff. She's ready to go, and it's just giving Pentar little pats and little bug scritchins, and it's like, it's okay. We have to go on another adventure.
What's wrong? Pentar, what's wrong? You get to crunch. And my mage hand will scritch you.
She can't talk. Not that she would explain it right now anyway, but she just clings tighter to Miga and keeps shaking her head no.
But Pentar, you love crunch.
What if we said, Pentar, no choking? No choking people in the house.
I'm not choking Miga. I just am clinging more. I'm I hate it.
Hug.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A hug with many arms.
Oh.
Ultra hug.
The biggest,
Ultra
pokiest hug.
A bug hug.
The mega bug hug.
Mega bug hug.
I regret this.
I love it.
I quit.
All right. Miga's ready. She has her own bag, and she also has Pentar's bag of screaming that she very casually flips open for just a second. You know, like a kid with a toy that makes noise. It's just it's ah!
Aw. Lyra's gonna go up to her room and she's going to get her one traveling cloak that you've never really seen her wear before, but it's like this deep dark kind of like midnight blue. It's kind of like looks like it's more for fancier things. And then as she like kind of comes down the stairs, you can see that she's wearing that one eye brooch that was given to her a few episodes back. So you can see that you know kind of glints in the sun as she like moves forward towards the door, and she kind of rests a hand on Mercy's shoulder, and she's like, "Well, now or never, right?"
While Lyra was grabbing her things before that moment, Mercy went up to Gil's room and grabbed one of his slime-covered cloaks and just prestidigitated it a bunch, and brought it over to Gil and hands it to you. And then also asks quietly, "Are you comfortable with this? Are you okay with this, going to Avernus?"
And he like looks at the cloak and then looks at her, and instead of answering the question, he says, "Did you get my charcoal masks too?"
Men. And Mercy will just stomp over to Lyra and just look at you.
Yeah, but when he does look back, when she does look back, he'll just kind of give like it's like a solemn nod. Denzel Washington tear as he puts on a second cloak to go over his billowing cloak.
Yeah.
It's shorter. It's like a capelet.
Cute.
Got fur on it. It's ermine.
Gria comes up to you, Mercy. She seems to have the most trust and respect for you after you saved her. And she says, "I can't go with you, obviously." And she raps on her wooden legs. She says, I'd just slow you down, but Shreya will lead you there. Please look after her." And she looks at Shreya very meaningfully.
Absolutely.
She's all I've got left now.
Sad. Only because a lot of messed up stuff has happened in the past few months, but can Mercy insight check Gria?
Yeah.
No modifiers, so that's a straight 13.
Yeah, Gria seems absolutely sincere, and you can tell from the way she's looking at Shreya how much Shreya means to her.
I will nod silently. And then turn to Shreya. We're ready to do this.
Shreya sort of takes a deep breath and she's like, "Okay, let's go then." And she will lead you through Sigil, down some winding alleyways, and then she throws something to the air in a shop doorway and leads you through a portal. And you go through the portal and you step out into this wasteland, and the air is filled with smog, the stench of burning meat and screaming. Every now and then a cloud of smoke is lit, and you're heated by a gout of flame which erupts from the ground nearby. Shreya pauses for the moment, looks around at the ruins around you, and orients herself and starts to pick her way through the debris of war and columns of flame. Do you have a marching order at the moment?
Bill's pretty much always going to go in front.
Okay.
I'm with Miga wherever she is.
I'll be behind Gil.
Okay.
I'll be behind Miga and Pentar.
Then I guess Mercy's marching in the back.
Yeah.
Did Mega bring S34 in on this mission? Or is he in the pillow fort at home?
He is manning the pillow fort because, as we know, we cannot leave the moist boy alone. So I feel like S34N would like make sure that things get picked up, and like he follows moist boy around with like a little mop, and I like to imagine that for some reason gospel music is playing in the background. So you know, it's that Saturday clean.
Sorry.
Gospel music is on. You know what I'm talking about.
Actually, yeah, I do actually know what you're talking about. Because we would always listen to the Sister Act soundtrack.
Okay, like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Do not act like this is new to you.
Stop it, deal. Don't call me out in front of my posse.
Right in front of your taco salad. Yes, it's just for whatever reason, we'll say like gospel music dedicated to Lathander is blaring in the house for some reason. It smells like pine sol in there all the time now. There's probably a disembodied voice of somebody's mom being like, "Are you gonna get up today?" Like, one of those things.
It's like Reliant K, like fantasy Reliant K.
Yes, and he's just following Moist Boy around with like a spoon, or not a spoon, that would be weird, a mop, and like picking up things, and as
this is everything I wanted for our Modron pet.
Yes, he's having the time of his life. I feel like he really likes this. He's arranging Miga's piles of confetti differently every day, mix it up, that kind of stuff. Making sure that undead don't wander out of the basement, because Mercy said they're not supposed to. Occasionally will sweep more garbage onto the rotted cheese into the front yard. Just he'll wave to the neighbor with his forehand. He's having a very wonderful time without us. He's very safe without us.
He's a very good son.
He's the best. He's my boy. He's my best boy.
So, back in one of the 9 hells, Shreya is leading you through this wasteland. And she's explaining that this area is quite near Zariel's citadel. And it's made up of ruined battlefronts. The blood war rages ever onwards here. Demons and devils locked in an eternal struggle. And you can see, as you walk along, some of the smoke clears and there's a black river flowing along. And every so often, creatures crawl out of it. I'm going to find a picture of it, actually. It's on the devils, I bet. And she says that this is the River Styx that you sort of almost travelled on recently and decided against it. And she warned you not to go near there or you will lose your memory. But these sort of horrible, shapeless, gross blobs are crawling their way up out of the black waters, and she explains they're the Lemures, the petitioners of this plane, and they will keep trying to fight and kill each other and kill devils to gain hierarchy and ranks in the hells, and it's just a pretty gross and grim place. But after a while she manages to she spots something she recognises in a set of ruins ahead, and she sort of motions to you to take some cover.
Okay. I will... Is there, like, rocks or something to dip behind?
Sort of like loads of ruined walls and things.
Okay. Well, I will find something that I can hide behind. I'll take Pentar with me. Should I roll stealth?
If you want to.
Okay. I'm an expert in it and I like to roll. So, okay. So, stealth. Okay, 18. That'd be a 21.
Excellent. Yeah, you sort of like everyone else loses sight of Miga as she vanishes behind some rocks. Except obviously Pentar, who's
to be fair, Pentar is like a gross like centipede with mushrooms, so probably on her head probably adds to the effect of looking like a rock, like this just like flat, centipede with a moss and stuff growing on it. So if she hides behind a rock, Pentar will kind of like peek her little head up just a little bit to look over it, to be like a little lookout.
Yeah, so like Miga vanishes and then suddenly just like this little mushroom raises up and then the centipede head follows. And you're like, that's where Miga is. What's everyone else doing?
I mean, if there's ruined walls all over the place, Mercy will kind of duck behind one and press her, not touch it, but as close to getting to do that, like press her back against it and kind of peek around the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra's going to do the same thing. She's going to find like the best way to kind of get herself covered. and kind of make sure that she can still kind of see the area and keep an eye on everyone in her party as well.
Bill also hides against the wall, but I hope you all know he is supplying his own action music.
Of course he is. He's like Kronk. He's like,
he's like action squad. And he's ready. I mean, it's like he killed his nemesis last episode, though he doesn't think of it in episodes. But like now he has a new nemesis, and he's kind of like, yes, my moment. This
well, he
is
wouldn't
my
because he's not
moment
Fulton, so.
in the sun. No, yeah, he's like just waiting. He's like, dun, 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 dun. He's very excited to be bringing more fiery justice, since this place is already mostly on fire. So it's not like anybody will be mad.
As you're like humming your music, a mage hand appears just by your lips, going like this.
He will take the hint to be quiet, but he's still gonna shimmy his shoulders a little.
He's fine.
He's just gonna.
Okay. Pentar, you hear a sort of slurping noise from around you. But everyone else is oblivious until, Gil, something wet and slimy, slaps at your ankle, and I'd like you to take 4 bludgeoning damage.
I feel like Gil would probably just be like, "Is this moist boy? Is he back again?"
I'm gonna let y'all know, like, is Gil, would you describe this as Gil being, like, taken by surprise?
Yes, he is taken by surprise.
He's definitely gonna, like, scream a little. Like, even though the mage hand is, like, in front of him, he's gonna go...
And you look down and you realise that some of the lemures that were crawling their way out the sticks are around you all. And can we all do some initiative rolls?
Gil hates it, but TK likes it.
I will go back.
And let's do one for Shreya.
This is like the only time I have not rolled garbage initiative during during an episode.
Same here.
Yes.
It's like, finally!
Are we
Watch-
rolling initiative? Did I miss something?
Oh, didn't we say initiative? Oh God.
Oh, I thought we said roll initiative.
We did.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh, okay. Wait. Can we get confirmation? Because if we can just talk our way out of this with the lemurs, that's fine.
No, it's totally fine. I was distracted by there's a dog across the street. Sorry.
Um,
I live across the street from like a park, and I'm like, there's a dog out there. Sorry.
what did Gil get?
Gil got a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mega?
26.
26.
Yes.
Wow.
I rolled a nat 20, and my initiative is +6.
Man, who asked you? I'm sorry.
I'm ready to go at all times. I am this big. This
Like the
small-
moment that you hear, like, it was actually Miga, like, grabbed Gil's ankle and was like, I'm a demon!
Somebody on Twitter was like, Mika reminds me of the kindergartners from that show Recess, where they're like wild and stuff. I mean, to be
That's
fair,
what I
like,
think of every time.
the
Oh my
kindergartners are maybe not super well done because they're like based off of savages, but that's essentially
Look. Yeah.
Penta?
I got a 19.
Excellent.
I believe we wasted
Lyra?
all of our rolls on the first one.
I got a 18.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
screwed.
Yeah, that's all we get.
Mercy?
10.
Okay, well,
Thank God. Oh,
thank you.
Please
Well,
save us, Mercy.
no surprises that first up is, Miga.
So can you set the scene again for me again, because of no fault of my own, I was charmed by the dog across the street. So
You are currently in what appears to be an abandoned ruins.
Okay.
Everyone's hiding around and between walls, various different walls, and near the ruins runs the river Styx, out of which a bunch of about 10 of these slimy lemur things appear to be crawling their way up to you.
Okay. I am going to... I see them, and I immediately, still jazzed about this, I brought it with me, to serve as inspiration. I feel like I should get inspiration for this. I feel like... But I'm not the DM, it's fine. So I see these gross, yucky, moist boys who are not our moist boy, and I decide to unleash my inner Rambo, perhaps. I don't know action movies. And maybe like tie a bandana around my head in like a very cool...
Oh, that's Rambo, you got it.
Yeah. I load my crossbow with a bolt, just a regular crossbow bolt. And I will shoot the one that is closest to me.
Okay.
And so that would be... that is going to be a 17.
How big is that
Wow.
D20?
And
It's like...
damage?
Damage, that is going to be 1d6 plus 3. So 5.
Excellent.
They like the new Kraken D20s seem abnormally large, right? Like these are big boys.
I was just wondering because your microphone picked it up, so I was like, God, that's like a
they're like
20.
right next to each other.
No,
right?
you're fine. You're fine. I was just like, oh crap.
It's a good sound.
I was intimidated.
And let me see if I have any bonus actions. And I would like to roll back into a hiding place. I will do my hide.
Okay.
Like I am doing a somersault. It looks very cool.
Ooh, like when you rolled, Pintar like rolls around you like one of those like roly polies. So that
Very
way you're just
cool.
like
I love it.
Like a dangerous tiny gymnast.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next up is Gil.
And to Pete is like a rhythmic gymnastics. I'm sorry. It's just... Well, Gil is screaming like a small child. Smaller, we'll say smaller than Miga so that she's not offended. And he's just gonna try and bring his scimitar down on the thing that's like, did it bite him? You said bludgeoning damage. So it bit him?
Sort of like grabbed your ankle and crushed it a bit.
Oh, rude. Okay, that's fine. And does it still have a hold of me?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not like restrained or anything.
No, it's just really
thank
gross.
Yeah, it's just I'm only restrained by my feelings and my rising nausea. Sorry. Punch drunk today. Yeah, he's gonna bring his scimitar down on it twice, and if it hits twice, then he will be burning a spell slot for Divine Smite twice.
Okay, do the first one.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to hopefully not screw this up. Oh, I did it. Okay. 19.
Yeah.
Yay, I did it. Okay. And so he's going to burn a Divine Smite on that. Is it Divine Smite? Yes, it is. I did it.
It's
Okay.
a fiend, if that makes a difference to the Divine Smite damage.
Yes, it does. Plus 1d8. What? Okay, I'm going to read this out, and just so I'm making sure that I'm not silly because I don't have my glasses on. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend one spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target. +1. Oh, okay, yes, +1d. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing it 3d8. That's fine.
Yeah.
I had to say it out loud because I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Where is my d? Yeah, it's the one that's shaped like a pyramid. Here it is, and then a regular scimitar. I'm sorry. I know that I'm the problem child here. Is a d6 +3. Okay, so for the scimitar damage as it is 7 for the regular scimitar, and then 3d8, 8, 3, 8, so 19 radiant damage.
Okay, the lemur explodes in a blaze of radiant light and disgusting purple goo.
Ew! I'll bet it gets all over my new clean cape.
Yeah, Mercy just cleaned that.
No. Gil doesn't get his shield. Like, he moves his shield away from the goo and moves the cape in front of the goo. He doesn't want to get his shield dirty. He's tired of getting his uniform dirty, so it gets all over the cape.
Gil!
And do you want to take your second attack on another one?
Yes, I would love to take my second attack. Hopefully I don't screw this up, because I just did really good on that last one. No, don't worry. I screwed it up. A 16.
To hit? Yeah, that hits.
Oh, yay! I did it!
You find that they're very, like, slow and squishy, and they seem to be really easy to hit.
What? Gross. Okay, so 1d6 +3 is the... Okay, so that's fine. So 4 for the scimitar damage.
Okay.
And then 3, 7. So 13 radiant damage.
Another explosion douses your cape.
Ooh! Ooh! It's like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers. Sorry. Okay, that's fine.
Next up, it's Shreya herself, and you're not sure where she's gone, actually. So nothing happened to that turn. Pentar, what do you want to do?
What else? I'm gonna try to crouch. I'm gonna run out there and try to crouch. Oh yeah, we gotta get to crouch, girl.
Are you gonna crunch the one that Miga attacked, or a different one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for that one. Let's see. And that's a 17 to crouch.
Yep.
Woo! Okay, so that is...
It's kind of like all soft and slimy as you crunch at it.
That's how I like it.
It's like
a hot dog left in the pan.
Ooh. Ew.
Delish.
I was gonna say
right.
like blancmange, but I don't know if that's very English.
I think I've seen it on a baking show, but I couldn't tell you what it looks like.
No.
It's like a cross between pudding and jello.
Oh, okay. That sounds delightful. Is it meat?
It is not meat.
Okay, then that sounds delightful.
It is
That
literally
sounds
a cross
great. Is it
between pudding and
terrible?
jello. It's very...
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's like, because it's not as firm as jello, so it's got that weird softness to it, and it's not clear either.
Oh, well, see, that sounds nice. Can we do that? Can we just sit down with these moist boys and have the
Just eat them?
the jutting, the pillow?
No, I'm too busy crunching. So I crunch for 6 piercing, and then it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that for poison?
Yes.
It is immune to poison.
Okay. Yeah, because the Constitution saving throw would have been for poison damage. So just the 6 piercing.
Yes.
then.
Yeah. Yes.
Why is everything immune to poison in this game?
But, you know, you crunch it hard enough that it just explodes in your mandibles.
Oh, well, that's fine then. I eat it. I just like eat the.
It's
the
just like
bits.
purple slime dripping down Pentar's face.
It's like
Yeah, I'm
biting
like-
into a hot pocket.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's like all over, just like.
Uh,
I wanna roll my dice for Gil to not throw up.
That's a Constitution save.
Okay. Whoo, no. Gil throws up everywhere. He's just like, whoo.
Pentar goes over and smells the vomit.
Come on, look.
Oh, that's so no. No. She doesn't eat it. She just looks at it and then runs back to Miga, dripping in ooze, like a dog, like that just like rolled in mud, but it's like oozy grossness. And like,
Lyra, you're up. Then if Pentar's done with disgusting ooziness.
Lyra will like kind of like reach out and like be like, oh my god, like at Pentar, like to just be like, oh my god, don't touch anything, like and then she'll like see like one of like the creatures and she will take a swipe at it with her glaive.
Okay.
That is an 11.
Yes.
Awesome. So that is 1d10 plus 2. Where is 1d10? 8.
Okay. Do you get a second attack?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to take it?
Yes, please. And I will do that same thing again. I rolled the same, so an 11.
Okay, yep.
And that is 3.
Okay, another one explodes in a cloud of slime.
Ugh. Does it get on my new cape? Like, does it get on my, like, everything as well?
Roll a dex save to see.
It just like it starts to, and then it just like zooms back over and covers Gil like Nickelodeon.
I got an 11 again.
The wind changes.
It goes on your cape and Gil's cape.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's like it really does look like Nickelodeon, where it's just like whoosh.
Just like a wave of purple goo.
Gil just goes like.
Is that everything for Lyra?
Yes, I will stay where I am and prepare for the next wave of monsters.
So there are 6 of them left crawling up, and Lyra, does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does. I have a plus 15.
I take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Mercy, does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, and Miga, does a 15 hit you?
It does.
It does. Okay, that's 3 bludgeoning. Gil, 2 crawl up to you, and 1 hits and 1 crits. You're covered in like the stench of their brothers, and they are drawn to it. Can you please take 9 bludgeoning damage? And then the one more swipes at the pentapede and misses.
Okay.
And Mercy, it's your turn.
Mercy will step out from behind the wall where she was unsuccessfully hiding, and she'll thaumaturgy to make her voice loud so all the lemurs in the area can hear it, and she'll say, "No more goo needs to be spilled on this day." I'm saying this in Infernal.
Okay.
By the way. No more goo needs to be spilled this day. Let's make a deal. If you can get us an audience with Zariel, we have some other people whose souls you can consume. Clearly you're outmatched here.
The lemurs, they do understand Infernal, but they can't sort of say anything. They have mouths, but it's more just gaps in the goo. And they just sort of like, looks like they're moving these gaps to talk. And they just sort of like, one of them literally shrugs. The goo just lifts up into a shrug. And then they all just sort of turn around and shuffle back off to the sticks.
Oh. All right, cool.
I mean,
Oh wow.
okay.
We're
Lyra is
practically
amazing.
related. She pokes her horn.
And you're out of combat. And you're sort of like looking at all this goo over everything. And Shreya's head pops out from behind a wall. And she's like, "I thought you were following me. Come on."
Really cool of you to be super helpful there. Gil doesn't say that, but he does offer the highest, gooeyest of 5s to Mercy.
Prestidigitate.
Oh, okay.
Lyra is amazed, absolutely amazed that works. She's like, "Oh, the power we have here is incredible." she's never experienced anything like that before, so she's pretty excited about
She's
it.
like, hell yeah. We're gods.
Gods in this land. It's the first time this has ever happened to our party. Oh my god.
This is awesome. Drunk on power.
Yep.
They're all gonna get stomped by Zariel's high heels.
I mean, yes, absolutely.
Fine. I'm
And
fine
don't-
with it. As a person.
I've
not a
seen the
reader.
art, so I mean, okay, let me take my wedding ring off first. John doesn't have to know. Oh,
So we're digressing into some weird Zariel kink. Not gonna yuck it. Okay. So Shreya sort of like lifts up this board on the floor, and there's a small tunnel, and she leads you down and through. And she actually comes to sort of like an opening where there's like a bunch of kegs, and she's sort of in a low voice. She says to you, "Okay, look. This is where they've started stockpiling explosives. Most of them are busy doing something else at the moment. This is the weak point. So if you just set this up, will run. It will explode. Done. In and done."
Lisa is suspicious. Can I insight check this one?
You can.
1.
Get the magic 8 ball. You're inciting her because you're suspicious, yeah?
Yeah.
It says very likely, so it's very likely she's suspicious.
So are we trying to be sneaky right now? And there's like explosives
Yeah.
that we're gonna trigger. When we entered, Pentar as a centipede like crawled up the wall and is on the ceiling and trying to look around to get a better idea of this explosive situation. What's going on? If this sounds plausible, etc.
I'm suspicious, so I will also say that's all we need to do. What did you need us for? Why did you lure us out here?
Shreya says, I just needed to make sure I got here and back safely. It's not safe for me. I turned against them. There's a pretty high price to pay if they catch me. So I needed some backup and some protection.
Pentar wants to drop down from above her head and like land and try to put her mandibles around her neck threateningly, so that way Mercy can interrogate her like they did that one time and get some real answers.
Gil thinks this is 100% reasonable. He's like, this seems good. We should do it. We should blow the place up.
Sneaking in and out seems like it's much more dangerous with a larger group, especially a larger group that hasn't infiltrated the Takarim.
Yeah,
We're enemies.
Can I have done what I just said and
Yeah.
like have my okay, I want to like tighten my mandibles around her neck a little, like so she can feel the pressure.
So you now trying to intimidate her, Mercy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll with advantage because
Yeah.
Pentar's giving you some help.
You can see Lyra is like
That's
very
gonna be real high. Oh no, I'm actually not. Oh, this is a nice version of Mercy. It's just 23.
Sorry, what was Lyra doing?
Lyra's just like kind of watching all this unfurl, and she's just kind of like, I don't think we need to like. And by that point, like I'm assuming like Pentar is already like up and around her neck. And she's like, I really don't think this is necessary. And like she's starting to apologize to.
Oh well, if
Lyra's like popping out from behind Mercy, like it's okay. Like we don't.
if it's possible, I don't know if centipedes have winkable eyeballs, but she just wants to like try to awkwardly wink at
I like to think the pentapede's just like
trying to like be like it's
Like,
cool.
but it's jerking
cool.
this woman's head back and forth.
Yeah.
Be
It's
cool,
fine.
man. Be cool.
Trust
Be
me,
cool,
it's
man.
cool. Trust us. We've done this
Uh,
before.
It's just like a big goopy like blink, like.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
slimy, squishy, like
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
like
you're still covered in guts. So.
yeah.
I don't believe centipedes can blink, but like a bit of ooze just like drops over the eye and then drops off at the right moment.
Wow.
Does Lyra understand that as like a wink, like huh? Yeah. Okay,
You've
cool.
been around Pintar long enough.
Yeah,
that is
Gil
real.
just like looks at Lyra and is just like, I find it helpful to just look in another direction when they do things like this.
This is suddenly like,
I just look somewhere else. And he demonstrates by like looking off to the
yeah,
side.
just
Lyra
I
will,
mind
like,
my own
look-
business.
It's like,
Lyra will like kind of like look in the direction he's looking at as if something is there, and she'll just go, oh, okay, and she'll like just stare.
yeah, there's nothing distressing over here. This is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Shreya will go, okay, I haven't been completely straight with you then. When I left the cult, some of the remaining... They have spoken to Zariel. We need to take them out quickly. She's hired a creature, a devil, to track me down and take me out before I can stop them. A bounty hunter. It will know where I am. It will be tracking me even now. I need you to help me do this and get out or fight it off. The more we hang around, the closer it gets to us.
We're just to destroy their supplies, basically.
Yes. Can you please call your thing off?
Pintar like squeezes tighter on her neck because she's real pissed off that that this character was not up front with everybody. She's just like, she also just looks at Mercy like, can I? Are we mad enough? Can I do this? Can I do it?
Mercy, like, as the lady's like basically being choked by Pentar, Mercy will just take her time and turn to Lyra, who's next to her, and say, I don't know, it seems too easy. I feel very suspicious. She wasn't up front with us. I don't know what to make of the situation. I also just promised an army of lemurs that they could eat the Takarim's souls.
Lyra's like concerned that we're kind of doing this not necessarily how we want to or how we've been told we want to, but she's kind of like, well, I mean, if we get it done and if we do it right, then no one will be hurt anymore. If we kind of can do it our way, maybe that's the best way. She's like, Lyra's like, I don't want to see any more people hurt. And that includes our party. And she's kind of like looks at everybody and she's kind of anxious. You can tell.
Mercy will look around at Avernus, seeing maybe like a bunch of other stuff on fire, and she just says, I don't know if our way will work here.
Shreya says, what is your way?
Mercy eyes Gil again and says, we usually leave things burning in our wake. Oh yes, justice. Our way is justice.
Our way is justice.
She says,
I just don't see how destroying their supplies might slow them down, but I don't see how it will stop them.
She said, this is smoke powder. Have you heard of smoke powder?
Smoke powder.
Oh wait, Gil's from Kalimshan. He probably has.
Yeah, and you recognise what's in the boxes and barrels as being smoke powder.
Gil's gonna look immediately at those barrels and boxes, and then when he looks back at Mercy, he's like,
it doesn't seem good.
Our way will work perfectly here.
Pentar's getting impatient and is tightening her mandibles, waiting for someone to tell her if it's okay if she kills this person.
I feel like right before the person's just gonna like pass out, Mercy does a signal like, no.
Okay, well, Pentar quickly like scrambles to the front of her face and sprays some spores into her mouth, and then goes on her way around back to Miga.
Yeah, Shreya just starts like choking and coughing. What was that?
Lyra will run up to her and like pat her back and like make sure she's okay.
Gil's gonna look at Miga and be like, do you want to see how big of an emergency we can make?
Miga like pulls out her wand, like
He's gonna go, no. I have something better. Better than little emergencies. And he can I take like the lid off of the barrel just to like give her a small glimpse?
Yeah.
Look with your eyes, not with your hands.
I was dead ass gonna be like,
There's this like grey fine powder in the barrels.
This is a super emergency.
Mika's probably never seen smoke powder before, right?
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna make such a big fire.
This looks like dirt.
Of course it looks like dirt, because it's magic dirt.
Okay.
Gil, you know what to do with this?
Yes.
Okay.
You light it on fire. Not you, Mika. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Look at my
Wait.
wand. I'm like,
Yeah.
Trey's like, if you do it now, we'll all go with it.
Yeah. It's like the Techerum factory times like, I don't know, 1,000,000.
Oh boy. Big fire. Big,
Yes.
big giant emergency.
It's like shooting Miga's fireworks out of a cannon.
ooh.
But not yet. Not yet, Mika.
How do we do this?
I don't know. What's the plan? How do we get this to where the Techerum are?
Treya sort of says, well, this is the back of their base. This is the secret entrance.
Awesome.
So
So,
if we light it here.
and she
it'll-
sort of like starts unwrapping a rope from around her waist and sort of starts laying it along the floor. And she's like, this, I've soaked it in some ale. It's very flammable.
Oh, okay. Like a fuse.
Mhm.
Yes, you're very familiar with how to use this. Good.
Pentar turns back into tiefling form and uses thaumaturgy to have some flame in her hand and is like, I'm ready. Like, let's do it.
We have to wait, or the only people that we will kill is each other.
We have to get
I'm
us
ready
far
for the
away.
true death. She's just like, that's fine. That's fine.
We have to kill them too.
I've prepared you all for this moment by inserting spores into your body while you slept recently. So if it comes to that, you'll all come back.
Yeah, Gil like thinks about it for a second. He's like, that explains a lot.
We need to make a new house rule.
Lock our doors while we sleep.
Yeah, it's like the scene cuts to like her crouching like on the headboard of Mercy's bed and like just like sprinkling spores into her mouth as she sleeps.
Oh,
As she snores, like.
Yeah.
Mika goes up to Pentar and opens her mouth like, test some more.
Pentar's like, of course, and just
No!
like
No!
into
Lyra
her
will, Lyra will like go and reach for the spore dust before it even hits her mouth.
It's like little kids like about to eat like yellow snow and their mom's like,
Yeah,
it's like fun dip though. You're just like,
It's like fun
sprinkle-
too.
fun dip with spores.
she like rips open a package. Like,
yes.
I'm sorry. We're off track.
yeah.
I feel like Lyra would like very like covertly like pop one of her little candies in Mika's mouth because Mika's mouth or eyes will be closed and she'll just be like,
Yeah, that's exactly what she'll do. She'll like real quick, like just like throw something else in her mouth and be like,
yay! She goes, yay, spores! Yay!
Pentar's like, whatever, I've already done it. So it's fine.
These spores taste like Werther's.
There's a penny stuck to this one.
Mm.
one coin from like Waterdeep just like stuck to like,
One copper.
one copper.
Back to the
Yes.
regularly scheduled
Yes.
program.
We
It's
used
like, I'm
it.
keeping my treasure in my tummy now. Sorry, we have to murder some people.
We have-
Yeah, she
we-
still has this flame, like,
So Shreya, while all this has been going on, Shreya's been winding the rope between the barrels and tucking it in places. And then she looks up and sees Penta with the flame. She's like, no. Back.
yes.
No. And she sort of corrals you all back and she's letting the rope out behind her. And then you're back at the entrance of the tunnel. And she's like,
Yes.
now you can. And then we have to run.
And like Pentar like takes a deep breath and gets ready to do it, and then she like tries to pass the flame to Gil to let him do it.
Gil thinks about it, but then he's like, Miga, do you want to light the big emergency?
Mia holds out her hands, right? Or
Yeah.
with the wand of pyrotechnics, is it actual fire or is it magic fire? Like, what am I thinking? Like prestidigitated flames, where it's not an actual fire. It just looks like
I
one.
don't know if it's an illusion. That's weird.
I thought it was like actually fireworks.
Yeah, prestidigitation's actual fire.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think-
okay, so
I think like
Just say-
even fireworks can cause things to catch fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say that you can catch fire with your wand.
Yeah, use
Yeah.
your wand.
Yeah.
it says like the wand is like harmless bursts of multicolored light.
Well,
Mm.
harmless in that,
let's
like, you
just do it
can't
for
use
fun.
it mechanically to
Okay.
hurt someone.
It's fun.
Well, I know like some people get mad if we break the game, but
Pentar will like throw the flame onto the end of the wand, so it's
Yeah,
like
death
there you go.
sparklers.
Yeah.
Death sparkler. Death spark. Oh, sorry.
like metal music is playing in the background. Like. Alright. Yes. So we're on our way out. Miga has the wand. Miga will turn to Pentar and like flap her arms like to make her turn into the buzzard.
Okay, she does that.
So that like you can pick Miga up by like Miga doesn't have a tail, but like you can pick her up by her shoulders.
Yeah.
Aw.
She'll have her claws on.
Look cool.
By her little ram horns.
Gotta look cool.
Yeah, got a little cool.
Okay, are we far enough away that I can like
You can
flip?
be at the top of the hull down, so you can,
Okay.
and the rope's sort of like down in the bottom of the hull, so you can
Okay.
like just flick it down into the hole if you want, or
All right,
Oh,
and I will.
Gil's gonna look at the other two and be like, we have to go. Like,
Yes.
now. We have to-
Usher out. Leave.
Flick the flame towards the fuse with like a yeah, like, and then I'll light off all 7 charges.
okay. The rope starts to burn, and you can see it disappearing down the tunnel. And as you're watching it, a crossbow bolt thunks into the wall right next to Shreya's head, and she's like, "It's here! It's here! Run!" And more crossbow bolts sort of start launching towards you.
Oh, jeez.
Pentar flies.
Yes.
Fly, you
Just like,
fools.
Fly, you fools!
I am going to reuse the initiative we rolled earlier
Yay.
to save re-rolling, which is amazing because I managed to roll the same initiative order for my monster again. Miga, what do you do straight away as the crossbow bolts stop flying towards you all?
Do I see where they're coming from?
You can do perception.
Okay. That is a 19. Perception. 21. 24.
Okay, so you not only do you see where they're coming from, you see the large creature that's firing them. Not that one. Yeah, it's
Oh.
that's this lad. It's this lad. But you see him fire, and then he vanishes and then reappears somewhere else. He seems to be going invisible, and he's getting closer and closer to everybody. Every
Oh.
time he reappears and shoots another arrow.
Don't like that.
Do I see as he like disappears and reappears? Do I see like dust being kicked up by his feet or like rocks being
With that perception, you probably could see the dust being kicked up. You could see that he is invisible.
Okay. I would like to aim my crossbow at where I think he will be by the time the bolt gets there, because I can see the dust and like footprints from his feet.
Yeah.
So roll to hit.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you disadvantage because you had really good perception.
Okay, so that is 15.
That clanks off of some plate armor he's wearing, and
Okay.
he sort of stops, reappears, looks up, shakes his fist at you, and then disappears again.
Okay. And then I will use my bonus action. If I won't use any of my bonus action for this, I will end my turn. Back.
Okay. Gil.
Gil is going to, because he probably can't. I mean, this guy keeps turning invisible. So he will, for the most part, keep Shreya like inside of his shield. Like he's going to be concentrating most of his time on protecting her.
Okay. I will add some to her AC as you're using your shield on her.
Yeah. So he probably won't be attacking very much. He's going to be using most of his time trying to protect her with his shield.
Mm-hmm. So she's got some cover from Gil and his shield. Fantastic. Is that everything, yeah?
Yeah, that's everything that he's going to do right now. Yeah.
And, so Shreya is taking her turn straight after yours, so I'll put you two sort of together-ish. And she sort of says, quick, this way, there's a portal not far. I think we can make it if we just keep avoiding the arrows.
I mean, okay.
If we get off this plane, he loses track of where I am.
That sounds like a good idea. Okay.
So, do you want to move with her as she guides you?
Yeah. Is that going to open up opportunity attacks on us?
He's not close enough for that.
Okay, then yeah. He's going to guide her towards the portal.
Yeah, okay. Pentar.
Okay, so did you say can we not see this guy?
No, Miga's fired a crossbow bolt at something. I don't know if you want to make a perception check to see if you can see what she saw.
Yeah, and as a giant vulture, I have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight or smell.
Yeah.
So
roll with advantage then.
So I got a 17.
Okay, so you can't see the dust that's being kicked up, but you do keep seeing this creature appearing and disappearing.
Okay.
So you can't follow its path as well, but you can see that it keeps going invisible.
Okay. Would I be able to attempt to attack him? Would I be able to understand his location enough to try and attack him?
You can try, yes. You are carrying Miga, so I don't know what your attack is with. Is it with beaks or claws?
Well, my plan was to, just as a bonus action, toss her onto my back.
Okay.
And then as a giant vulture, I have pack tactics, which I have advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of my allies is within 5 feet of me.
You counts as within 5 feet?
Yeah. So I would like to try to attack melee multi-attack with my beak and talons, and then I'd have advantage on the attack roll.
Which would probably negate the invisibility, so it'd be straight up attacks.
Okay. So that is a 16 to hit.
You think you've almost sort of like, you spot a, you think you know where it is, and you just hear a sort of grunt as you narrowly miss. You can feel the movement as it just whips away out of your grasp.
Okay, and then I just like go back up higher.
Did you say it was multi-attack?
Yeah, it's beak and talons. So it's a multi-attack.
Another attack then?
Oh, sure. Oh, nat 20.
Oh, then yeah. Yay. Yeah, so you're like, it narrowly moves out of the way as you go to peck at it, and you sort of like judge where it is and then just like rip with the claws. So
okay,
roll some damage.
That is 10 slashing damage.
Fantastic. And the creature appears and it's bleeding. Its arm is sort of like ripped up from the talons and it's bleeding.
Nice.
Lyra.
Action squad! Action squad!
How far away is this creature? First of all, do I see this creature at this point now?
You do now. It's now appeared.
Okay, how far away is it from me?
How far away do you want to be from it? It has been gaining ground on the group.
Within 10 feet would be preferred.
You can,
what I'm thinking.
You can move up to it.
Okay, yeah, I'll move up to it, and I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Nature's Wrath to ensnare it with spectral vines, if I could.
Okay, is that safe?
Yeah, so basically, hold on. Oh, there it is. So creature must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw or be restrained, and then they have to repeat that saving throw at the end of each turn.
Okay, so I rolled a 9. It has a +6 on strength if I can choose.
Yeah.
So that's 15.
Okay, my spell save is 13. So.
Okay, so these vines start coming up out of the baked wasteland earth of Avernus, and the creature just sort of like kicks at them and moves out of the way of them.
I take offense to that. I'm just like, oh. Like, I kind of like move back a little bit and ready myself with my glaive if I can.
Okay. It's the creature's turn, and it's gonna level its crossbow and take a shot, and just about gets through Gil's shield to hit Shreya. And you hear a sort of like, oh! It was just like a bit of her arm was uncovered.
Can I do my reaction? My protection?
What's your reaction?
Use my reaction to impose disadvantage on him.
Absolutely.
Please.
I rolled
It's all
higher.
I got.
I rolled higher that time, so.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, sorry, lady.
Oh no, actually, it does not hit.
Oh.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
What happened to my hit points? What am I doing?
Yeah, the crossbow sort of like clanks off of your shield, the bolt, and you hear the creature sort of like swear and mutter, and then it vanishes again.
Oh, okay.
Mercy.
Mercy is going to run up to Gil and Shreya, and twin cast haste on both of them to double their movement. And she's just going to say, Gil, get her out of here.
Okay. I will write hasted on both of you.
So your
I want to
AC
use
+2 double movement advantage on dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to use my free action to gaze longingly at Mercy.
Mercy uses her free action to blush. It's really obvious because she's so pale.
Miga, you're on Pentar's back.
Sorry, I was muted because somebody likes to ride a motorcycle around my neighborhood. So I'm on Pentar's back, and I would like to do another perception. Or he's not invisible anymore, right? He hasn't gone back.
He just vanished again.
Okay. Let's see, perception to see if I can spot his petite feet somewhere. Perception. All right, it's gonna be a 25.
Yep, that negates the disadvantage, so you can make a normal attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the crossbow again. Actually, let me see real quick before I make a decision. Can I try and sneak attack maybe?
I was just looking at that. I can't remember if your ally has to be near you or near the target, and I think it's near the target.
Correct.
And
Yeah, I'm not within 5 feet, I don't think, so we'll skip that for now. I'll just shoot
Lyra,
at
how
him.
close did you get to the... You got within 10 feet, didn't you? You didn't go right up to it. Lyra?
I just went within 10 feet, so I wasn't like super duper up close.
Okay,
I was looking at the
yeah.
Sorry.
There's no...
Okay, so that's gonna be 19 to hit.
Yep.
Alright, so that is 1d6 plus 3. Oh, 9.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm still airborne, so nothing else from me. Yep, I'll just like shoot it and like wave my crossbow in the air very triumphantly.
Okay, then Gil, you and Shreya.
If Mercy is still next to me, then Gil's going to like set a hand on her shoulder and cast Warding Bond, and then continue on with Shreya. So he'll use his action to cast Warding Bond since they're both wearing the platinum ring still.
Okay.
What does warding bond do again?
I will tell you as soon as I figure out why I can't figure anything out. Okay, I got it. Nope, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
can tell you
got
how to add hasted on D&D Beyond, by the way, if you...
Thank you.
Ooh,
Okay,
cool.
so do you mind if I do it real quick so just everybody knows?
Yes, please.
On the right side, right underneath your hit points, you will see the word conditions.
Yes.
Click on it. It will look like there's nothing to click on. But if you click on it, I believe hasted should be in there.
No, these are just
No.
like normal different types of conditions that you can have. But that's a really cool suggestion if there was a
Yeah,
way to
that
add
is really
buffs.
cool.
Dear D&D Beyond, please add hasted. Thank
Add
you.
buffs.
Add buffs.
Oh, there's tags for buffs. Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. Okay, so wording bond spell wards you if you're a willing creature. Are you a willing creature, my love?
I do.
Oh, wow. Creates a mystic connection. Okay, while you're within 60 feet of me, you gain +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and you have resistance to all damage.
Nice.
But every time you take damage, I take that damage.
So it's like you're kind of taking half my damage for me.
Yes, I'm taking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I die, or if you get away from 60 feet of me, so you're gonna have to trail me. So if you get outside of 60 feet of me, then it's gone.
Right.
There you go.
Awesome. We all learned stuff.
Yay! We did it.
Okay, then Pentar.
All right. I stepped out to go to the bathroom. So, am I able to attack again?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to try to multi-attack again, and I still have advantage on attack rolls.
Yeah, which will negate the disadvantage from being invisible.
Yay! Okay. So I'll try to multi-attack again.
Unless you want to make another perception check.
Oh, no, this is fine, because I just got a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Do I need to roll twice for Beacon Talons for attack rolls, or is it just a multi-attack from this one attack roll?
Is it in the monster manual?
I
Vulture.
googled Giant Vulture 5e, and I have a
Okay.
roll 20 link pulled up.
Right, so you make one attack with the beak and then one attack with the talon, so it's 2 separate attacks.
Okay, so for the beak, I got a 21 to hit, and with
Yeah.
the talons, I got a 14 to hit.
Okay, the 14 doesn't, but the beak does.
Okay, so this is...
It's monster manual, if you have a monster manual to hand, page 329.
So this 5 piercing damage.
Okay. As a druid, do your attacks count as magical when in creature form?
I'm not sure, but I didn't think so. I've just been attacking
can't remember
as
what
an
you-
animal.
Yeah, I can't remember what
As
level
the-
it is. I'm sure that happens. This is the real D&D, just looking everything up. I'm not sure, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I was not sure of that. Yeah, I've just been attacking as Giant Vulture.
Yeah. But it's just for purposes of resistances. Sometimes it says, like monks have, their fists become magic weapons at a certain level. And I couldn't remember
Gotcha.
if druids beast form attacks that happened as well. If not, we can ask Jeremy. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Okay, if that's everything for Pentar, then it's Lyra's turn.
Okay. I want to. I'm trying to figure this out in my head. Can I take my glaive and try to hit the crossbow thing out of his hands?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Get 'em.
Yeah, I want to see if I can because I'm just I don't want him to hurt anybody. So I just want to smack it and try to get him in the wrist at least to
He's just doing his job.
I know, but
His
job
evil
is bad.
job. His evil job is to get an evil raise.
He has an evil family, okay?
We
He
don't
has an
know
evil
that.
mortgage.
No, don't generalize. We don't know they're
No.
evil.
I got a 23.
Okay, yes, strength was very bad. The crossbow flies out of the monster's hands, and it sort of like grunts and reaches around and then pulls a dagger out instead.
Use your
Gosh,
mom
dang it.
strength to like smack the back of his wrist.
Yeah, just like, no, like just with the flat side of my blade. Just, does he get any damage from that? Because I was aiming for the wrists.
Roll your normal damage, yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. So that's 1d10, 10,
The
11.
deadliest mom.
11.
No one hurts my friends or my family.
Yeah, like you sort of smack it and you go, ah! And then pulls a dagger out and just go, right.
Can I use my second attack to try to hit that dagger out of his
Okay.
hand? Okay. Cool. I'll roll for that. Okay.
Awesome. This is the best. Lean into the mom.
I got 22.
Yay.
He drops
Nobody's
the dagger
gonna
and
hit.
he's just like, why are you doing this?
Why are you like this? I'll roll down. Do I roll damage again for that one too?
Yeah.
So
Can we
10.
use a bonus action to call his mom?
Yeah, I'm calling your wife and or mother and or person and or whoever you are
Your
associated
legal
with.
guardian.
Yes.
Does your mother know you're doing this?
Yeah. Perfect.
How much damage?
I love it.
Oh, it was 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's the creature's turn, and it's going to bend down and pick up the dagger. And
Dang
then
it.
it's going to try and jab you with it, Lyra.
No.
And it's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And I want you to make a constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
The worst.
That's a 5.
Okay, you need to take 11 slashing damage. It's 2d4 plus 6 for the
Alright.
dagger. You also need to take 4d10. Okay.
Oh no, it's not looking too good. Well, I mean, we'll see anyways.
19.
R.I.P. We'll remember you.
Okay, 19 poison damage, and you're also poisoned at the moment.
Okay.
Ouch.
19. Alrighty, y'all.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns to see if you can shake off the poison.
Okay.
And the creature says, "Get out of my way, I'm after her!" And it points at Shreya. Mercy, it's your turn.
Mercy is going to go through a whole Sailor Moon transformation and then cast Chaos Bolt. Be like, Chaos Bolt!
I love it.
I'm going to cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Make the little thing pop up. That is a roll to hit.
I think by this point you're like Cosmic Sailor Moon then.
Yeah.
Like Super Sailor.
It's an 18 on the die plus 7,
Yes.
25.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right. And so I get 2d8 and then 4d6. We'll roll. And we'll say the blue one determines the damage type. Please don't be fire. Blue. Is it 4? What is that? Oh wait, look down here. Oh, it's force damage.
Excellent.
5, 7, 11 plus 6. 17 plus 5 is 22 force damage.
Oof, ouch. Okay, that's a big hit. Yeah.
And then she's going to keep running after Gil to try to stay within 60 feet of him.
Okay. Mika.
Let's see. All right. Is he? He's just been damaged, so he is not invisible. So I will go ahead and roll to shoot him with another crossbow bolt. as I am still aloft. And that will be a 17 to hit.
That just hits, yes.
Okay. And that is...
And I believe you get... is Lyra within 5 feet now? Or has her glaive got reach?
I feel like her glaive has reach, but I'll say like I'm probably within like... It depends, like...
You're within 5 feet, perhaps?
Yeah, you slapped his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, that's right. You
I
did.
slapped him, so...
You gave him the
Plus,
business.
he stabbed you with a dagger, and that's a 5 feet
Good.
reach.
So yeah, that's within stabbing range. So yeah.
Yeah. Even if he moved up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
true.
as he has his attention focused on Lyra, I will have Pentar like glide around the back of him and shoot him with a crossbow with a sneak attack.
Okay.
So that's 4d6 damage.
Have you... Oh, you did hit, didn't you? Yeah, so...
Yes. So that's 14 for the sneak attack, and then so 23 damage in total.
Total.
Yeah.
Okay.
This small child with her ballista.
I know, right? It's like I'm the sharpest of 10-year-olds.
I would like...
And now you bleed in.
The creature starts making a weird noise. It's like a stomach rumbling, but much louder. I would like Penta, Miga, and Lyra to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay. 26.
Okay, that's a pass.
Lyra's not doing too good. 6.
I got a nat 20, so 21.
Oh, wow. So...
Yes, I got a nat 20, and then my modifier is +6.
Those of you that passed take half damage. The total is 14 fire, which you're probably resistant to anyway, being tieflings.
Yeah.
So that's
So 7.
3 if you pass, 7 if you fail.
Okay.
And 8 thunder damage, 4 if you pass. And the creature just explodes.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Guts everywhere. Its dagger and crossbow blow into shrapnel. And
Nice.
yeah, it's kind of gross. There's been a lot of ooze and exploding today.
Oh,
Very glad I'm far away.
I love it. I try to fly into the ooze.
And as the creature explodes, just at that moment as well, the fuse reaches the smoke powder, and slightly further back behind the creature is just an almighty kaboom, and the floor just erupts upwards in flame, and everything is shaking.
Oh.
I like to think that explosion blew some of the monster's guts onto Gil's cape.
I like to think that like Pentar as a buzzard like goes through the initial like yuckiness, like and like Miga goes through it too, like a car wash of like
No.
viscera, perhaps.
Nasty.
Oh, it's
Yes.
so gross. And
We're all gonna be Mercy back to the house.
How much damage did Lyra get from that? Pardon me, sorry about that.
so it's 14 fire. If you have tiefling resistance to fire, that's halved.
Okay.
And 8 thunder.
Cool. Lyra is looking bad, but she's hanging in there.
Don't worry, baby. When you get back to the house, I'll heal you up.
Shreya sort of like stumbles and drops to the floor, and she's sort of like pushing herself up on her hands and sort of like out of breath, and looks round at the explosion, and she's like, "You've done it. You did it. You killed the author and all the Takarim."
Yay.
Did it.
Yay!
Justice. And then Lyra will say that and then be like, ow, oh, ah.
We did it, everyone. We justiced. Mostly me, but you all helped.
Okay, well.
Now nothing could possibly go wrong.
Everything is perfect.
Yay.
Shreya sort of stands up and dusts herself off, and she sort of starts walking back towards where the explosion was. There's just a huge crater in the ground, and she's like, I just want to see for myself. I just want to make sure.
I push her in.
What the heck?
Really do that.
I've never asked what Mika's alignment was until now. Now I'm kind of like,
Now we know the truth.
So
True
yeah,
evil.
maybe about 60 feet away from where you all are, just out from the ruins, is just this huge crater. And she goes and she sort of looks over the edge down into it, and it's just all smouldering. There's fires everywhere, and it looks like she's just like mentally drawing a map to try and figure out exactly what's been destroyed. And then she sort of turns around back to you, and she nods and she's like, "It's done." That's
Lyra
it.
kind of
That's all of
sighs.
them.
I feel really good about the work we did here today.
Mika's like cheering and all
Mm.
that.
Wow.
Can Lyra do like a perception or like something just to make sure, like for sure that everything's okay? Because she's kind of like looking anxiously, like
There's not like a shadow demon lurking, waiting for
Yeah.
us.
right? Like I don't trust this. Like I did like the yay justice, but then I'm like,
Yeah, but then you didn't hear the Final Fantasy fanfare at the end of it, so
Yeah.
you're curious.
now we're like, okay, I got for perception 13.
Well, there's definitely lots of rubble and fire, and you can see sort of the odd crumpled robe in the black that the Takarim wore, sticking
I
out
like
from amongst the rubble.
I like the fire part.
But yeah, there's more than enough fire for Gil to enjoy.
So
Yeah.
it's
And
still
he is.
burning and everything, right?
Yeah, it's like smouldering ruins. Yeah.
Can I fly over to just like maybe a little less, if it's smoldering, like kind of with my wings try to blow out some of the flames around where there's like some burnt people or things. I want to do that and then see if I can determine to make sure that this is actually who we were supposed to kill.
Yeah, you sort of fan the flames out and
It's just like an orphanage.
pull
A hell orphanage.
with your beak. You pull at like some of the robes and pull out a bit of the tabard, and it's the symbol that you've seen time and time again. That flower that looks very much like the mushroom that your cult had.
Okay.
It's like a nunnery.
I do a little vulture shrug at everybody and fly back over.
Yep, look dead to me.
Looks fine, mate.
Can I like usher like to Shreya and just be like, okay, let's go. I feel weird about this place, and like I'm worried that she's gonna like get pegged off by like another arrow or something. Like I'm just like,
Mercy, can you do a perception check for me?
Okay. 19.
Okay, something makes you look back at the river, and you can see those 6 lemurs coming back out of the river.
Uh-oh.
And one of them is like holding an envelope in its mouth.
Cute.
An invoice.
Mercy, as she comes up, is like explaining in Infernal, we blew them up. They're down there, so you can enjoy and have a blast with that. And oh, what's this? And I will open the little envelope.
Inside, it's like meant to look like Infernal, but it's clear the lemurs have gone off and come back. They've pretended that they've written a letter from Zariel saying, I do not, it just says like, I do not want to see you, and some of the letters are backward.
Oh.
oh,
Looks like we were disinvited to her birthday party. That's fine.
Oh, Mercy will try to be polite and just say, well, thanks for trying.
They sort of like nod and look a bit sort of like hopeful.
You guys can have whatever's left of the Takarim.
They start slurping their way down into the crater.
Aw. So cute.
One of them starts sort of like gnawing on a leg.
Adorable.
I just want to go pat them on the head.
No, we're not bringing home any more slimy, moist boys.
Aw.
Any gross tapioca monsters.
Alright. So do we want to head back to the camp?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Bill's
Shrey.
like already preparing the invoice for today's adventure.
Who is he invoicing?
Zariel?
Damages sustained.
He just like takes the invoice, like writes out, just drops it, and just be like, eh, fine.
Yeah, he's
They'll find
like,
it.
you owe me gold and a new cape. Signed Gil with like the beautiful.
Nice.
Flourish.
He notarizes it himself.
So, yeah, Shreya can take you to the portal. It wasn't... You'd almost reached it. When the creature exploded. And she takes you back through, and you can all go back to your kip in Sigil, where, Greer has been waiting, just sort of like, occasionally moving a cushion, and then S34N puts it back and sweeps around her. And then when she sees you all come in, she's like, runs into Shreya's arms, and they just embrace. And they just seem so relieved. And she's like, tears in her eyes, she thanks you for everything you've done.
Lyra
That's really
starts to get teary. She'll start to tear up a little bit. She's happy.
So it's done? The Takarim are
Gone. Done.
gone.
That's it. You saved so many people from them. I'm just sad we couldn't save everybody. But saving some, it's better than saving none.
Lyra will put like a hand on her shoulder and be like, the ones we couldn't save, they're in a better place now. And she'll like pat her on the shoulder.
Unless they were evil.
Pentar turns back into tiefling form and is like, yeah, they experienced the true death, and then like produces some dirty pamphlets that Dirty been
Oh my
just, like,
god.
throws them at her.
Oh my god, is Pentar changing factions?
Vacation Bible study.
Dirge definitely converted her. Like she's like,
Miga
like-
picks up one of the pamphlets from the ground and looks at it. She can't read, but she knows what it is, so she just puts one in her bag, and then puts one in the screaming bag. So it's like, ah!
Are they like, you know, when like a book has been somewhere like damp for ages and they've got like, it's got like the mold and the water stains? Is that what these pamphlets look like now?
Yeah, and she's like stuffed spores in them, so when people open them, it blows in their face and they swallow them. So
Oh, cool.
That's a Hallmark
it's like
card.
a double. It's like a double.
Like those
double-
terrible birthday cards.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
you
like
will
that, and it
experience
puffs
the
out.
true death whether you like it or not.
Like a glitter bomb.
Let me help.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay, it's probably a good place to end, as we've only got about 10 minutes left. So thank you, everybody. Just reminding everyone, we did pre-record this. So we're gonna go around, say hi to everyone, and then take a break, and then we're gonna do our finale. Whoa. Find out what happens. Let me find my wrapping up thing. I've lost it. Never mind. Let's just go around, everyone, see what you're up to, etc., where we can find you. Chloe, hey.
Hi, I'm Chloe, pronouns she, her, and you can find me on Twitter at Hey It's Chloe, CLOE, and on Instagram at Hey It's Chloe Christine. I draw and do design stuff, so come on in, drop in and say hello. I'll be floating in and out of social media as the weeks go by because I'm busy currently with a few other things on the go, but come in and say hi and talk about all stuff that's like D&D and awesomeness and yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. TK, hey.
Hey, it's TK. They, them. I had a great time. I'm really excited next week for you guys, but in some minutes for me, where hopefully we finally get to Lyra's quinceañera that I've been planning for 5 months. I'm so excited. So if you like spooky stories, go ahead, check me out, tkjwrites.com or TK Joins the Fray on Twitter. I'm pretty much always playing Dungeons and Dragons now. It's my life. This is what I do. My parents are cool with it. My husband's cool with it. So that's what I do my entire life. I live here in this box, just on different people's channels. And you can find out about those on my Twitter, because that's where I am all the time. Okay, goodbye.
Cool. Thank you. Hadil, hi.
Hey, I'm Hadil, she, her. You can find me on Twitter at TwittySuch, TwittySuch. You can also find me on Instagram, where I've been a little more active lately, as well as Twitch and YouTube, but I don't use them as much. On Thursdays, you can find me on twitch.tv/D&D, where I play Trapped in the Birdcage with our DM, Holly, and fellow players Anna Prosser Robinson and Jimmy Wetzel and Chad Quant. And then on Wednesdays, I play on the Encounter Roleplay channel with Kayla and Lisa. We play Deep Space Fine, which is a Star Trek game. On Tuesdays, I play with my coworkers, but you can't watch that anywhere because it's just for my enjoyment. Kayla and I also do Bramblefoot Adventures, which is all ages 5e content. We'll be finishing up some rewards. I've just been going through a lot lately. Always in crisis, so that's fine. Take care of yourself. And I think that's it for me. Oh, wait, one more thing. Sorry. You can watch the VOD of my appearance on Dice Camera Action as Dr. Serenity Teximov on the D&D YouTube channel, and it's very funny and people like it a lot. And I'll be back soon, but I can't say when. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Kayla?
Hi, I'm Kayla, pronounced she, her, and you can find me online at KAYNCLI. On Wednesday nights at 7 Eastern, Lisa, Hadil, and Blue Jay and I play Star Trek. It's a spooky Star Trek game. I GM it, so that's a new fun thing for me. And we also, Hadil and I do Bramblefoot Adventures, and TK and I will be announcing this on Twitter very soon, but I'll go ahead and tell you here that the spooky Strix comic that we've been working on forever is done. I'm waiting on the printed proof to arrive, hopefully within the next couple weeks, and then hopefully on Halloween we will open up the sales of it. So it's gonna be really good. We've been working hard on it. It's very depressing.
I've seen it. It's so sad.
It's really sad. It's fully watercolored, so it was a lot of work, and it's labor of love, and I'm really proud of it. And TK should be proud of it too. I'm proud of TK.
And there's a story at the end of it.
Yeah, and the original story it was based on is at the end of it that TK wrote, and it's very beautiful.
It's
So,
me.
keep an eye out for that.
He cry.
Cool. Thank you. Lisa, hey.
Lisa Chen, pronounced she, her. I am at Merciful DM on Twitter. I am a D&D writer and community manager for the Adventurers League and the Dungeon Masters Guild. My latest project that I collaborated on with a bunch of the Dungeon Masters Guild adepts is Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping. So if you're playing Dragon Heist, you want some rules for managing a tavern, insane like beer and tavern themed monsters, dice mini games, recipes for under Mountain Dew, then check that out on Dungeon Masters Guild. I've tweeted about it a bunch too, so if you follow me on @MercifulDM, find links to that as well.
Cool, thanks. I've been your DM, Maz, they, them. And this week I announced my Extra Life game. We're playing a bit later than everyone else. I'm teaming up with the folks at Insight Check Podcast, and they're all going to be playing Modrons. It's called Marching Order. If you go to their Twitter, I think it's Insight Check Pod on Twitter, or mine, I'm retweeting the link as well. Go and donate. We don't have lots of swag, but we do have, I've got some dice in a dice bag, which has got one of the ampersand D20s. No one's claimed that yet, so get in. But we've raised a bunch already. We're halfway towards our target already, and we've only just announced, so that's really great. I know some of the others of you are doing in the Extra Life stuff. Lisa, you're doing a lot of Adventurers League certificates, aren't you?
Yeah, if you want Adventurers League prizes or just to help kids.
Yeah, every donation
I have my
helps.
Extra Life page too. I'm tweeting that all over the place, so follow me, you'll find a link.
I think the whole D&D, everyone's on the same team. The whole D&D team has raised an absolutely crazy amount already, and it's just going to get bigger. D&D are running all their games the weekend of the 3rd and 4th, I believe. And then all week, all the regular shows are going to be doing Extra Life games. And then at Gamehole Con, there are going to be some special games. I think, are you on one of those, Lisa? The Gamehole Con games?
Yeah, I'm in 2. I'm playing with Mike Merles and some really awesome people as players, and then also the admins are all playing a game run by Alan Patrick where we're playing NPCs from Adventurers Leave Stories. So that may be some familiar characters.
Awesome, and I think we may be the day after Gamehole Con. I can't remember what day Gamehole Con is. Is that the 10th? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the 9th and 10th.
9th and 10th, and my game is the 11th. So there's just going to be a whole over a week of amazing games to catch up on. Lots of people you don't normally get to see playing, or they maybe play once a year, like lots of the Wizard staff. And Adam Lee's running a game that's going to be really great. It's really fun last year to see their game. I think that was the one Sean Wood wrote last year, so that was really cool.
Forgot one.
Are you doing a game, Hadil?
Not for that, but Lisa's DMing a live game for us at Geek Girl Con. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm real excited.
Yes, you'll be DMing a spooky game, and we will be joined by Mr. E, Jen Vaughn, Kat Kruger, Jess Ross, and myself.
Oh, excellent. So there's loads and loads of great D&D content coming up. And, of course, next week, tune in for our finale episode. So, thank you, everyone, for watching. And I'll see everyone else here in a minute, but I'll see everyone out there next week. Bye.